As we stand here today, Lamborghini have just released 3 final run-out limited edition versions of this car. So for me, that makes this car incredibly significant. This is a Lamborghini Huracan. It is a 2016 on a 66 registration, so it's quite a late Huracan. It's an LP610-4, and it is the end of an era. It is the end of that incredible 5.2 litre, normally aspirated V10, and that is the reason why Lamborghini have decided to commemorate that engine, that powertrain, this car, with 3 very special edition cars. So for me, as I said at the beginning, it makes this beautiful, amazing example of an LP610-4 that more special. This particular car has covered 24,800 miles. It's got a full Lamborghini main dealer service history with a very recent Lamborghini service. It's covered in a near total full body PPF. The only panels on this car that are not covered in PPF are the top of the roof and that little rear spoiler at the back. Every other panel is covered in PPF, so fully preserved, an extremely expensive thing to go and do now. And it is just exquisite. The specification, the order, the color scheme, for me, perfection. Nero Helena metallic, a beautiful deep black metallic with the Sportiva Alcantara and leather interior, and I will show you that in a minute because it's got some amazing, very subtle red contrast bits through the stitching, through the door cards, the lower bits of the dashboard, so on and so forth. And then it comes to specification. So we're going to run you around this incredible example. It has got a massive specification for one of these, hence why I think this particular car is so special and, as I say, significant. Now, we'll start at the front end. We'll go through some of the options on the car, but the first thing you can see is the front park sensors, which sit very nicely aboard this extremely low nose. And I say extremely low nose because that is not intended to put you off, because one of the big options that this car has is front axle lift. I'll show you that when I get in the car and run the interior, but this nose will mechanically lift higher at the press of a button to get yourself over speed bumps and sleeping policemen, so on and so forth, so making it much more usable. The lovely sunk Lamborghini badge in the middle there, and then these amazing, very small light units, but these amazing, beautifully sort of thought out headlights that sit in the nose there with the lovely aggressive daytime running lights around those lovely headlight units. Coming around the passenger side front corner, we've got the 20-inch Helena wheels. These are a cost option. For me, these are the best looking wheel that you could put on one of these at the time. They're finished in matte titanium. Again, for me, stunning color scheme. That lovely contrast red caliper there for the front brakes. Obviously, all carbon ceramic brakes on one of these. They are a cost option to have carbon ceramic brakes. You can have them on steels, but it's very, very unusual. And lovely to have the contrast red calipers because that matches up really nicely with the interior of this car. As I say, the front lifter will lift the nose probably to about here. I'll show you that when we go round. Coming down the passenger side, again, it's so Lamborghini, but look at these mirrors. Look how far out of the body that they stick as well. They are just an amazing piece of, and I want to call it architecture, but an amazing piece of design. And when you're in one of these, you feel so special. They do something to you that's unlike any other brand, any other manufacturer. You know, given the performance, the noise, they are an absolute visceral treat for when you get in one of them. So come in, have a look at that interior. I'll run you through it. That's the Sportiva interior, half Alcantara, half leather, including that beautiful dashboard, which is beautifully adorned in leather, but the front nose of it, the corner at the nose of it, is all in Alcantara. Red contrast stitching, the red Lamborghini Huracan piped mats, floor mats there with Huracan stitched into it. They are a cost option. And then these lovely door cards that are finished in black and red Alcantara as well. An amazing, amazing interior spec. There's lots of cars where they've gone with full one colour panels down the inserts of the seats in those Alcantara sections, and I think it looks a bit much, whereas I feel this is a very, very classy Lamborghini Huracan. We'll come around the back of the car, again, air intakes, vents, angles everywhere. The back is no different. You've got this amazing lower sort of honeycombed grille below that rear light section. Again, everything's aggressive. Car's fitted with a sports exhaust as well, but you've got those massive 4 chrome exit exhaust pipes down there in that lower diffuser section as well. rear park sensors and a reverse camera beautifully fitted into this rear section across the middle of the back of the car there. And again, let's show you this engine bay because it's really important. This car has the rear clear engine cover with the forged carbon engine surround. That is a big cost option on this car. So I'm going to jump in, I'm going to open that rear boot for you, that rear glass boot for you, and we're going to show you that amazing engine surround. Just bear with me. And I'll come back round and open that up for you. Have a look inside here. Full forged carbon fibre, absolutely everywhere. The top of the plenum chambers for the iconic 5.2 litre V10 engine, a noise like no other car. And really, I think this is a really cool feature, but the firing order for the cylinders, those 10 cylinders and their firing order, written in Italian and then obviously the numbers right there. I think that's a really cool feature. It's on every Lamborghini, a really nice piece of Lamborghini sort of consistency. It's nice to see it. You know it's a Lamborghini because they do that. Just drop the engine cover down like that and we'll move around the driver's side of the car. I'm going to jump in. I'm going to run you through some of the amazing features inside this particular vehicle. And of course, that engine has to come to life because for me, it's the heart, it's the soul, it's what makes it a Lamborghini. So lift up this fighter pilot style switch down here, cherry red finish, foot on the brake, and a noise like no other. It will obviously get quieter, it's a valved exhaust, so it will get quieter when the engine warms up, but quite the remarkable noise. And then if you come inside and have a look at some of the features in here, this amazing aggressive sort of racing style steering wheel. You've got your drive modes on the steering wheel here, which can be switched with this button at the bottom of the steering wheel. It is of course a multi-function wheel. You've got lots of other features on it like your windscreen wipers, your headlights and your indicators really nicely there, so you don't have indicator stalks back here being all messy. You can adjust the screen in front of me using these buttons here. You've got a full digital cockpit as you can see, which is a very, very nice thing to see. And these massive gear shift paddles, again, all very racing car inspired. This car does not feel like anything else I've ever sat in. And then if you come down the center console of the car, all your oil temperatures, your battery charge, your oil pressure, all on this lovely little LED unit down here. Electric windows, traction control and your park sensors all run through this center switch here. Again, all fighter pilot inspired switch panels. And then what I'll do is I'll run you through the rest of the controls, and the last thing I'll do is use that front lifter. But your navigation, everything else runs off this control panel, all Audi derived. But if I show you how this all works, you've got a little wheel here. This will look very familiar to someone if they've run through an Audi or an R8 or any sort of Audi of this generation, this age, because it's all a very similar system, but it works beautifully, and that's the bonus. Again, coming down here, if I put it into reverse, you'll see that screen will then become a reverse camera there, as you can see, looking at a nice Ferrari at the moment. Back into park, and then again, some more features through the middle of the car. Lovely center console. You've got iPod, iPhone connectivity under there, your tracker fobs for this car. But I really just want to finish with the build quality. Alcantara everywhere, the whole roof lining, the A-pillars, the leather on the dashboard, just absolutely everything. It just screams quality. It feels like an amazingly special place to sit, and I think that's probably the best word to use for this car is special. So sorry, I do apologize. I do need to run that front lifter for you, so I'm gonna do that now. Just pop the window down so you can still hear me, but I'm gonna put my foot on the brake and I'm gonna press the front lifter button. And what you should now be seeing is the nose of the car lifting up in the air. I get a flashing light inside here, it'll flash, and when it goes solid, the car is up in the air. There we go, we're all the way up to the top. If I push this button again, you should see the nose come back down again. As I say, how useful is that? An amazing cost option, a must-have on one of these, and very, very necessary. If you live in town or you live anywhere where there's speed bumps, high curbs, you live on a driveway with curbs, so on and so forth, it just makes this car usable. And I think, again, as I say, that's probably the best thing about it as well, is that this car is usable, that all-wheel drive system, everything that comes along with it. So to summarize, a very, very special 2016 on a 66 Lamborghini LP610-4 Huracan, amazing colour scheme, front axle lifter, full PPF, carbon clear engine bay, just all the right bits, that stunning interior. So I hope this video has helped. My name is Matthew, thank you for watching.